Here's my reason why Woolworths failed. First of all, they were bad customer service. Everybody knows that when you go to Woolworths, like America does it with GameStop and all that. Well, they done it with videos and other games that you go into Woolworths and they have them in the back of their shelves, and you open them up and the cases, the discs, or the VHS will always be at the back shelves. Yes, and it used to be bad customer service. And my first bad customer service was with Woolworths. Right? I was wanting to buy Power Ranger Time Force, and this was in a box set or any complete set because they didn't come out like that on VHS. But it was one of those things that Woolworths always failed to see what people liked about their store. Woolworths was a big failure in so many reasons. Why it failed in the market was because bad customer service, too much advertisement, no guarantee of the of the actual game in the right consoles, everything. They were a bad mess, and their attitude on some of the workers, they were terrible. I mean, my brother even admits that they were terrible customer service. And Woolworths, it failed because of that customer service. That's the big drawback with Woolworths. Woolworths was the biggest failure in shops. Now supermarkets are copying it. Now, as we know, the supermarkets are doing the same thing nowadays as Woolworths done years ago with their DVDs. They put the discs in the blooming sleeves. These are rough sleeves, mind, where they scratch the discs. They take them out, put it in. This happens with Blockbusters and all. They've done it again. And they've done it with a lot of stores. They're ripping customers off. And yeah, I noticed that. You're supposed to have them brand new, fresh out of the box, factory sealed. Woolworths is really terrible. Now, when I say too much advertisement, I mean Woolworths, well worth it, on a DVD case or on a CD, and you would see it on there, and it was like too much advertisement to do with the store. They even had woolworths, right, to try and cut the advert down, with Woolworths, because Nintendo Wii was getting so big, it was the biggest thing in the market. It could outmarket the Woolworths. Oh my god. So many reasons it could, there's millions of reasons why people would actually think it's a failure. Woolworths is a failure in the stores. Everybody knows why they went. There was a good reason they went. Where Woolworths is the worst supermarket ever. Ever. No, I take everything back about Asda's. Because actually the customer service aren't so bad in Asda's. But I didn't like going to Asda's because it didn't feel like Bramall, Yeah, for the fact that it's on the outskirts of Bramall, not actually in Bramall. Yeah, it used to be, it's B&M's now have taken over Woolworths. B&M, the store. And now it seems like whenever I go in there, in B&M's, there's not even, and I was walking up to the till, there was hardly anybody working there. And then you had one person working there, and it was like, oh, two people working there then. Afterwards, why couldn't they do that in the first place? Have so many workers at the cashier, as the cashier. That's why I think was terrible. You had to keep stores like that going. It was, there wouldn't be any business running in Aberville. I kind of feel disappointed about Woolworths. I mean, it's their failure, not mine. It's not everybody else's fault. I'd rather go to WH Smith's because sometimes they used to, you know, in comparison, WH Smith was a better shop than Woolworths. Mind you, I gotta admit, there was better customer service in Aberdeen and Aberfan, Woolworths. Whereas we had it bad in Abervale, we had bad customer service, you had bad, terrible attitude on the staff. It was all sorts of bad things there. I think one time it's terrible. You walk into a store, you expect the game to be there because it's on display, and they say, sorry, out of stock, like they did with the Power Ranger VHS video. Sorry, out of stock. Sorry, well, what's the point of it being on the bloody shelf, in display, if you haven't got it? This happened to me in Asda's, not long back, but at least, they know how customers feel. They don't treat the customers like crap like Woolworths has, which is what I'm trying to say. I feel really bad for the people walking in here to find that, they want something and they don't get it. I walked in here the other day to see if they had Lion King DVDs. I always walk in here to see if they had them. Unfortunately, no. So glad that recently that they came out on Blu-ray though, and the DVD, the Diamond Edition box set of it now this year. But I kind of miss a lot of Disney films, And Ulster Cats only recently came out on Blu-ray, so it just proves the fact that Woolworths is a terrible supermarket. Shouldn't really bang on about it, just letting you know how I feel about supermarkets. It's just a terrible thought. Why do you think supermarkets should be banned? Well, to be honest, I don't think so. I don't think supermarkets should be banned. Just have better customer service. I think GameStop and Game in the UK is doing the same thing. I was going into Game Station, which is now called Game, and I picked up a game that's supposed to be brand new, and it's a wonder why there's no scratches on the disc, at all. But it was like in the back, in the Game Station, where it's originally called Game Station, but it's called Game now because Game took over their marketing. Open the case, they put the disc in, but it's not like scratches or anything. And this was the 360 version of DMC Devil May Cry. Now the thing that worries me about the case, right, is that, because, I should have bought it in Game, the proper store that was like in Cumbraen. Yeah, they pretty good service though, considering how bad America, UK could have had it. But Woolworths was the worst supermarket ever for when it came to videos or DVDs or games, even movies, classic things, classic drama, TV comedy, name it all. They were terrible for it. So yeah, they weren't that bad with the Sonic toys though. But I mean, it's like they work bad at this job, So yeah, so the Woolworths is the biggest failure. That's all I can say for the next video. See you in the next thread.